Okay. Happy Saturday morning there, folks. The morning forge. That's what we're doing today. Just finishing up a couple things here. I got some metal in the forge. I think I have everything I need. Last little remaining ounce of coffee, jug of water. I got well, I suppose we'll wait just a pinch here till we get a few more people in. Probably shouldn't keep that there. That's hot. What I'm realizing already, let's see. Okay. All right. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and start, I guess. We're at time. We're at 7 o'clock. So this will be the last day. Hopefully, got to deal with these horrible earphone microphone situation. My gracious wife ordered me a set of something, so I should be able to pop that on with a lapel, and we'll be good to go. It's already burning up, so I'm gonna get the sleeves up here. So we're just about ready to start on this pair of tongs. Yeah, as you can see in the description today, we're gonna do a set of hammer tongs. Never made them before. I'm doing this because I'm a metal worker, woodworker, and always wanted to do some blacksmithing, and so I've been doing that for the last several months now. And got a buddy who's a knife smith and needs a set of. Also makes tomahawks and needs a set of hammer tongs. I'm like, let's give it a whirl. So what I got, you can see my fancy schmancy drawing there. It's hard finding like dimensions online. I suppose a lot of people don't want to give up their secrets online. But this set will go into the eyelets of the tomahawk or hammer. So that's why you got this right here. So that's what I'm going to try and do today. What I have is I'm using scrap I have. So I'll grab that. So we have, so I've been in a factory for 20 plus years, and the biggest thing I see when I go to the metal recycling center and when I see my own, metal dumpster fill up is just the type of scrap you have. And we have these projects that are returned pieces, and they have these 3/4 by, what's the length on that? So 3/4 by 12 and a half inches, just mild steel. And a lot of the tongs people are doing, that's about it. It's either square stock or round stock. A lot of times it'll be like 1/2 by 1/2 or 1/2 inch round. But this is what I have, so I have to do a little more work. I don't have a power hammer. So like and subscribe so we can buy a power hammer. So that's what we're gonna attempt today. It's relatively straightforward, I guess. The set I just got finished making. See, I'll grab my first set if I can find them. First set of tongs. This is out 1/4 by 1 by 6.5 inches per side of this set of tongs. Just a simple set of flat stock tongs. You can also throw in some 1/4 inch round either way in there. So that's that set. I like them because I actually use them quite a bit. I have a lot of projects where I just need to quick grab something in and out. The reins, just gonna throw that. The reins are longer, so I can grab whatever I want. The second set, this is for a box jock tongs. I don't think I have. Oh, here it is. So I just threw these together right here, and that's so you got your 1/4 by 1 flat stock, and you can even go thinner as well. I could probably go down to 1/8 inch easily, but that will just pop right in like so. Grips right on, prevents it from moving. I mean, you can, yeah, it's a little bit of squeeze, doesn't go anywhere. One of the other things I need to get as well is is a touch mark. I got a punch set, so I threw in a little Joko action right there. I don't know if you can see that, but ideally we'll get a nice touch mark someday so we can start customizing the work we do. Actually, I'll throw that. Grab the set of tongs I just chucked on the floor. Put those back over here. So if you see, we got unfortunately, I don't got a whole lot of room with the camel, so I can't quite get the forge in the frame as well because I wanted to get both anvils in today, and that's what we're going to try and do. I posted a video like a month ago just showing the sound difference between the Budden and a Harbor Freight anvil, and millions and millions of views and tens of thousands of comments on, oh, it's not bolted down. Oh, it's just hilarious. I'm like, oh, I'm running out of gas today too, so that's going to be there we go, a little more fire. I got another tank though, so we should be able to go all morning. If you're an Office fan, there was a joke in there somewhere. Okay, so gonna grab my template here so I know where I'm going. I'll probably just put this right over here so I can see what I'm doing. All I'm gonna start doing is tapering out these two pieces. So I'm gonna kind of go back and forth. I might just have one. I got two of these, so I'll probably do one side on the Budden, the other side on the Harbor Freight. The Budden now is I routed out the base right underneath the anvil and filled it full of silicone, and it quieted it right up. I mean, I typically don't have anything, any earplugs in, except when I'm doing this. Then the Harbor Freight. So there's a difference. I mean, this is, I don't know all the specs exactly, but I'm pretty certain that the Harbor Freight's just cast. They paint the whole thing right up because a lot of times you'll see the imperfections in that cast, whereas like your old anvils are just solid steel. I mean, these things are forged to be, I mean, stand the test of time. You'd be hard pressed to knock a chunk of anything off this. So if I can remember which way these are going in, I'll try and use one for each. So we'll see how that goes. So right now I'm just going to draw these out so I can start on the jaws, and we'll see how far we get today, how far the gas will let us go. So we'll say the one on the left with the Harbor Freight, the one on the right with the Budden. So we'll start with the Budden here. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so I gotta look at my print here. Oh man, I'm gonna be hard pressed today. Okay, so there we go. That's just gonna be a lot of work. 3/4 of steel is a lot, so we gotta get that those power hammers online here. Woo, 360 Armstrong. Holy cow. Yeah, usually I'm working with like 3/8 steel. Today I was gonna do a lot of make a lot of hooks. We were supposed to have steel come in yesterday, and I got a bunch of 3/8 by 3 solid square stock, and we're gonna make lots of cutoffs, jigs, and make some hooks. But that would have been a lot easier. This is just gonna be work, but that's okay. All right, so there's the Budden. Let's go ahead and move over to the Harbor Freight. gotta work on my my jump roping or running or something. Holy smokes! Plus, forge is right here. You can't see, so I'm already sweating. Man alive! All right, let's try this Harbor Freight. And I'm going to go by the principle, as soon as it's losing color, I'm just going to toss it right back in. A lot of times I want to hold out as long as possible, just to get every little inch out of it. But when the steel stops moving, it's, you're just fighting against a rock in a hard spot. Apologize for all my labored breathing. Man alive. Unfortunately, as we start tapering this out, it's going to get a lot easier. So, you know, these sets of tongs as well, they're kind of more rectangular. So as the jaws go like so, they're pinched all the way down where it gets to the taper of the jaw. And so I got to try and remember that as well. Fortunately, with all this steel, really shouldn't be too bad to make sure I keep that profile going well. Okay, so left is Harbor Freight, right is Hey Budden. All right, so I think I'm going to start drawing out a little bit more of that taper. Let's see here. I'll try and check the comments here and there, but I'm going to kind of keep moving. Keep it going. Thanks, Jake. We're going to give it a whirl. So it's hello to Jake. I got to get my son on here so we can start kicking people and putting them in timeout. So hammers, this is going to kill you guys, or for anybody that's truly interested. So I have two main ones that I use. They're from Harbor Freight. They're just the 3-pound hammer, and also a 3-pound as well, the cross peen. What I did have to do is I had to really round off one of the sides, and then I flattened and polished the other side. There's a gentleman, I don't know him, but I love his channel. It's Old Hickory Forge, but he's not selling anything right now. But then I got to meet a guy who did. You guys know Alex Steele. This gentleman did Alex's all of his hammers for a few years. So I got to meet him at a blacksmithing class, and he makes just beautiful work. His name is Sam. I'll see about trying to get a link for his stuff. But ideally, I'm going to buy a set of those nice rounding hammers. But right now, I try to set up the forge as cost effectively as possible. And as we start, getting more money, start shaving off my change, we'll start investing in some of those other nicer things. They work fine. I've used professional handmade hammers in another forge, and yes, you can tell the difference. But I mean, for what I'm doing right now, they're working just great. Kind of why I have the Harbor Freight anvil and I have the Hey Budden anvil. This was my wife's grandfather's anvil that I just got in the last month or two. I was just going to say, so my first comments are going back and forth. The obvious difference I can find is, like, I have a ball bearing, so when you drop them on both these, they have really good rebound. But with this being so solid that your hammer just wants to fly right back up to you. Not so much here. It's kind of like you're using a dead blow hammer on the Harbor Freight. So it feels like I have to do a little bit more work to get that hammer going back and forth. But all right, so I think we're ready to pop this back in. This is on the right. Probably should have had that in a little further, but that's okay. All right, there we go. We're getting there. Got to have a bucket of water here. Can already tell I got a. Is that going to work? No. I think I had it sticking too straight out of the fire. I got to cool this handle down just a pinch. There we go. I should probably also check how far we're moving on this. So the Harbor Freight anvil, let's see here. We should go over some dimensions. I'll check this after. I'll put that back in. So the face of this animal in the Harbor Freight is 13 3/4 inches. On the Hay Budden, we got 18 1/2. Widthwise, we have 4 1/2, 4 1/2 on both. That's the other reason why I like this better. I like a larger workspace. But the other thing, price difference too. So the Harbor Freight is like $2 a pound. It's 65 pound anvil. It's got the hardy hole and the Pritchell hole. Different sides. Don't know if that really matters. This is $140. If you want a solid quality anvil, you're going to look to spend $6 to $10 a pound. And so this one's over 200 pounds. So I'll let you do the math on that one. All right, so we're going to move over to the Harbor Freight here. All right, got to cool that one down as well. Should probably just keep these at hand here. Maybe I'll grab a glove too. How's that? Just in case we need it. See what I could do. Find my marker. There we go. So we said I started at 12. So we started at 12. So there's 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 inches. So give me an idea how far we're moving steel as we go. Grab a drink. So it's hard for me to tell too. Obviously I can hear the difference. I'm right here. But I don't know about the rest of you. You can hear the difference between the Harbor Freight and the Hay Budden. Let's see, let's take a peek. Mr. Deadeye. Yeah, so rebar or crowbar. So it's what I'm working out is mild steel. I welded on a chunk of rebar just so I can hold on to. I'm a fabricator. Not really trying to try my hand at some blacksmithing. Been in fabrication for 20 plus years and mostly do product development now. Just mostly in fitness equipment. So just we're working with different people online that have ideas, and we try and bring those products to life. And so that's what I do. My full-time job. I have my own LLC, so I'm hired on as a contractor of sorts. So yeah, that's what I do full time, and here we are on a Saturday just moving steel. So All right. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do is I'll get that in a little bit further. We're going to use the edge of the face, and we're going to use the horn to try and really spread a lot of that material out. Kind of the nice thing is I'll have plenty of stock. I'll just be able to cut the end off, and I really don't care because it's all scrap steel anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah. Just trying to read some of the comments. Just peeking in a little bit. Can barely read them. All right. So the forge I'm using is a Beaver forge. You can't quite see. I'll give the camera a little bit of spin here so you can hopefully not tip the camera right over. There's my itty bitty little dual burner. Get it back here so we can see both again. I could leave a little bit of it in. Okay. So I think we'll go right over to the Harbor Freight now, but I am going to, I'll use the edge of the face and we'll use the horn to draw it a little more steel a little quicker. See how this works. Get rid of that. I think I need a heavier base too. Thought that was heavy enough, but I guess not. So my edges on that Harbor Freight are real sharp. I rounded them off, so they probably have like maybe about a 1/4 inch bevel. But I think it's just too sharp to draw that steel out. Maybe not. If you got any other blacksmiths in the channel, let me know. This one on the Hey Budden, they're so round. When I first got it, I did round them off, or I evened them out a little bit. There's a few different gouges and chunks sticking out, so I rounded those off a little bit more. We might get close on our gas. We got to swap it over here in a little bit. Just keep turning that propane up a little bit more. Okay, so now we're going to go for the Hey Budden, where it's try and draw that steel out a little more. First, we'll start on the edge here. Oh yeah, that's just 1000% better. Oh yeah, I remember what I was gonna do too. Let's see here. So started at, was it like 12 inches? So we're at 13, 14, 15. Yeah, we're about at 16 inches right now. So we're already moving. We're moving a bit of steel. We're getting there. And I don't think I cut my rebar long enough. It's just that heat just wants to keep traveling. So I think just to be safe, we're gonna throw on a glove here. Haven't grabbed any of the work I've been working on, but when I'm using my vise and different stuff, clamping stuff back and forth, you don't really realize how quick that heat travels. And oh my goodness, so I've touched that a couple times, but fortunately haven't touched the work yet. So, all right, so let's go back to Harbor Freight. I'm gonna use a little bit more of the horn this time. We'll see how that goes. All right. All right, we're moving. Man, I tell you what, oof, forearm. There's another guy I follow. Oh my goodness. Any other people that run a gas forge, let me know when it starts sputtering like that. I think I just need more propane. I'm positive I'm running out. The bottom of that tank is pretty cold. But anyway, so this guy, I can't think of the name of his channel, but he does all this kind of stuff for your forearms and rolling it in and out. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Usually when you're using a smaller material, it's not so bad. You're not really moving the work that much. My technique is probably also horrible right now. Probably ways to let the hammer do the work, but let's go to the horn here. Oop, moving all over the place. All right. So now I could probably start working a little bit more on that profile of the jaws. Not even switch a glove here. It's so hot. So hot. Yeah, I'm thinking power hammer. That's what we need to. That's what we need to get next. I found you can spend as much as you want on some of those, but I found a couple of guys. I think they literally call it like a redneck power hammer. But I got a motor, electric motor coming to me, and you just get your sledgehammer with a circle. They call it something where there's like a ramp on it on the circle, so it'll pop that hammer up and down, and the maul will be, man, I don't know, 12, 16 pounds or something. So just to kind of run that through for a lot of this work would be great. Yeah, gas is being a little wonky. We might just swap it over here in a minute. Try and get a couple more cycles here, and might just turn it on and off quick here. So we're getting close. I'd like to draw it as much as I can because you don't want these to be heavy. If you're already holding onto those, oh goodness. Yeah, we're just gonna turn that off here. I don't know if you guys can hear that in the video, but I get a sputter when the gas is low. So I'm just gonna shake my gas here, see where I'm at. Let's see here. Gonna just restart. Crank that. Whew. Whoa, there's water right there. Watch it. There we go. Maybe move the water bucket while we're filming live here so we don't go crashing into something. All right. It's not like we're working with hot material. All right. Like I said, I know I'm getting pretty low on gas, so yep. So I think I'm just gonna turn that off here. Gonna give me a minute. We're gonna swap some gas. Fortunately, we came prepared. I'll turn on the camera here while we get this swapped out. See what we're up to. All right. So turn that off. Ugh. Oh yeah, pretty light. Pretty exciting here in the forge in the morning, you know. I was hoping to run that larger tank off a day or two ago so I can get it refilled before today, but that's why we keep a backup. All right, so we'll crank that wide open here. And I know that's one thing about this Beaver forge. It works well, but a lot of the stuff they give you, it's definitely on the cheaper side. So I could also have some stuff that's plugged. I want to eventually change this hose out. There's a couple different ones you can get that run, I think, a lot better. So I'm going to grab my blowtorch here, see if we can spin me back here. All right. Try and get this forge lit back up. All right. You can hear me breathing hard. I am already exhausted from this thing. Nope, we're just struggling. Well, we'll see if we can. Let's see here. All right. Well, we'll see if this will go. I'm going to turn the gas up just a pinch more here. We'll see if we can keep that lit. If not, we might just need to call it a little early today, which I hope not. My goal today was to get a little bit more of the profiling done. And so we'll see if we can get that at least managed before we have any more issues. But this next week, we'll see. We'll get some new, we'll get a new mic and we'll maybe get a new hose here so we can run a little more smoothly. All right. Yeah, I think I was just running a little low. Hopefully that's the case. That's the one thing with the gas too, is like I'm still learning. I never even ran a, like a propane grill before. Obviously this is a fair bit different, but getting your mixture right. The gas tank I have doesn't have a dial on the regulator, so I don't know how many PSI it's running. I'd like to get the another thing I want to get replaced as well, so I can actually see, dial in that PSI so it gets the right heat. Obviously, I don't want to use more propane than I have to. So, yeah. Okay, one on the right, one on the left. So this is Hey Budden, this is Harbor Freight. Anybody that's just coming in a bit late, so we've got the Hey Budden Anvil, we got the Harbor Freight Anvil. We're just trying them both out on a set of tongs. So let's get back to the Harbor Freight one here and keep moving some steel. Oh yeah, we're getting there. Moving on just fine. All right, maybe while we're waiting, let's take a peek here. Let's see. CNC bending machine. Oh man, wouldn't that just be the ticket? We're making tongs. Thor's hammer, man. Mew Mew. I wish. Someday I'd love to try and my hand at making hammerheads and all, but I think I want some bigger machinery for that. A buddy of mine, I'll post a link to his channel as well. That's probably what he's doing today. All the way over in California, I was working on tomahawks and stuff like that. He just got a nice press, which just moves steel like butter. That'd be the dream. Oh man. Fell in the bucket. We're gonna, you guys caught one of my other videos, I was making rivets and just right off into the water bucket. Gotta love it. Back over here to the Harbor Freight. So it does work well. I do like the Harbor Freight. I like the price better. Super inexpensive. So if you all are looking for a place to start, Harbor Freight has its purpose. Okay, so queso, as my wife would say. I want a more squared off, so I'm going to start making it more rectangular shape. I got to get a lot of the weights out of the ends of these jaws. We don't want to have to lug around on trying to hold up a pair of with a hammerhead, and then also try and hold onto your tongs. It's going to be a lot of weight. So we'll go to the Budden here and try and start accomplishing that. So I think I'm roughly looking for about a 1/4 inch thickness by, at the thickest point, about a 1/2 inch. That's where I'm going to try and go. In this next heat, I think I'm going to round off. So I think, let's see here, how much I got there? I need 6.5 inches. So I'm at plenty. Perfect. Perfect. So that's looking pretty good. And the fun part is I got to do this twice, so that's what makes it a little more difficult. Okay, so I think I'm going to do is pop those in, put a couple marks on my anvils so I know that I got enough. Let's see here. Okay, so I said, oh, that wiped off. So going back to my fancy schmancy little sketch there, I'm working on the jaws right now. And I am going to roll the one end over. We'll say I need a 1/2 inch for that. So that's 4, 2.5. So we're just going to make it 7 inches. And it can be thin at the end because I'll roll that taper around, and about a 1/2 inch, which I should be able to guess that, but we'll just make a little mark as well. So we're going to go 7 inches from the face. right, then from there we're just drawing the reins out. So I'm making these for a friend. So yeah, so this is what we're doing right now. Oh, shouldn't use that. There we go, that finger. So this is what we're working on. And that's the hardest part because I'm taking out a ton of steel. The reins I'll make a little bit thicker. But the reins, I think I got marked out about 12 inches from the boss, from where we're going to put the rivet. So, and then getting all the dimensions right on that shape. That'll be the fun part. Okay, so let's go back here. We're getting there. That's about where we want it. All right, so a little crooked. So I like that. We're roughly a 1/4 inch thick by about a 1/2 inch wide back over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this rounded off here. We're going to bend it over. So we'll start working. Take these sharp edges off here. A little easier when the steel is a little cooler. And I'm going to find my tongs, cool the handle off because it's just wanting to be hot. Okay, so I think I like that. I'm going to tight roll that over, which I will be using the Harbor Freight to bend and roll that little edge back. I like I have better corners on that Harbor Freight. Let's just get this one set up here. Getting to that point, where I'm like, can I make a grip? Not quite. So let's, I'm gonna just cool off my handle here, around some of those corners. get ready to put that little roll in. I do like, man, this is only like an inch or two shorter, but this seems just a little better as well. You wouldn't think that would make a difference, but it kind of does. Yeah, I dig it. Is our length good? That's the question. That's the really only important question here. Yeah, we're looking good. So let's roll that over. I'm gonna get a cup here with some water, where I typically like to drop my rivets into. Oh yeah, you know, I could have probably been using the cross peen hammer for drawing out some of that material as well. That would have been a smart idea. Put you there. All right, so like I said, I'm going to use the Harbor Freight edge to roll the end over. Show you what I got in the drawing here. So when you're gripping onto the eyelet of the hammer, you got these little that fold over right there. It creates a nice pad to draw that up into. Himalayan spiritual, love the sound of the hitting. Yeah, so I got another video where it was before the hay Budden was even mounted down. It's the loudest ting, and it's beautiful. Also, what got 17 or what was it, like 13,000 comments how I'm gonna get tinnitus. Which, yes, if you leave your if you don't dampen the sound of your anvil, you're going deaf. Peek at a couple of these here. Yeah, so I gotta get a. Sorry, I'm just looking through some of the comments here before we move on to the next step. Yep, I think I need to get my moderator in the channel there. All right, so let's roll this over. We're gonna go to the edge here. Yeah, that's all we're doing right there. We're just gonna roll that over. Creates a nice rounded surface to just grab onto that steel. Put that back in. Do the same for this one. All right, sweet. 2. So now, here's the trickiest part I'm gonna have. Looking at my print here. So 4 inches. I gotta put a bend in. And what we said earlier was that the edge of our face, from edge to edge, is 4.5. So I think I'm just going to bring it back, put a ding in, bend it over, and that should be good. So get my fancy brush tool ready here. And we got to make 2 of these, so that's always fun. Cleaned off here. Okay, like I said, we got the 4.5. I think I'll just back it off a little there. Put a ding in. It's right there. And hold it up to my print there. Yep, we got to go a bit more. Bit more yet. About at a 45, I think. More yet, even. Yeah, there we go. We're doing it. We're doing it. Yeah, because then all that's left is to bend it back the other way. So the trick is to do this twice. Let's make sure that's all pretty. I think I might even leave that out so I can match it. I can always pop them back into the fire when we need to. How do we? You know what? I'll try the. I should probably do them on the same anvil. Get the same radius. There we go. You stay. Ooh, hot spark on me. Hot spark on me. Sweet. Looks good. Get this all straightened out. Sweet. All right. Is this hot? No. All right, so we need 2 identical sides. There we go. We have 2 identical sides. Pop those back in. So that's the first bend. Now we need to walk the second bend over. And now that I'm realizing it, I think I wanted to do the other bend first. Yeah, that's okay. What I think I probably should have done on my print here, so I just did this bend right here, and I'm realizing now I should have done that one because I'm not going to have a whole lot of space to bring that back. I think I'll be fine, but I know a lot of the guys I've seen that are building tongs, when they're drawing this out, they'll have their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on where they're putting their bends. That would have been helpful. I should have done that, but we'll make it work. We will absolutely make it work. Best way to learn, right, is to do it wrong like a lot of times. Find a good teacher to get you set straight on doing it right. You know, I don't think I'm actually going to need that, but I do need a drink. All right, well, those are heating up here. We'll come and see what everyone else is up to. Any Milwaukee tools? Let's see here. Okay, let's see here. Oh, yeah. So there's two questions. So for the easy ones, any Milwaukee tools? Yeah, that's all I do is Milwaukee tools, and some Harbor Freight ones. That's just when I need. I mean, everything has its place. So there's a few things. That's how we got the Harbor Freight and the Hey Budden today. So don't have any of my. Well, I do have one Harbor Freight back here, but I have a wood shop that's full of all my Milwaukee tools. So yeah, I love Milwaukee tools, mostly woodworking stuff. Other question was why the little after you doing it? I wondered that too. I took a blacksmithing class last year, my first class ever, and I asked the same question. They're pounding and it comes over. I was like, why are you doing that? Is there a reason? Like, no, it's just when you're getting into the rhythm of pounding back and forth. So when I first started the class, I never did that. I'm just focusing on the strikes every time I'm working on whatever project I'm doing. The more I've been blacksmithing, as you're pounding, you'll hit. So as you're working with your steel, let me grab like a chunk here. It starts to kind of happen naturally to kind of develop a rhythm. And so you're going to be like a pound, and you just kind of walk the hammer off. So instead of just forcing it down, it wants to naturally bounce. You don't have a firm grip on your hammer. You're kind of holding it with a couple fingers, and the rest are kind of light. It's mostly like your kind of bicep pulling it up. And so when you're pounding, you walk the hammer off, and it does that little bit of bouncing. Turn your part over, or whichever way you're going. Hit it a few times, walk your hammer off, and it just does that natural bounce. I always thought when you see a lot of these blacksmiths, it was just like kind of for show, or they're like, or whatever reason, I don't know. But the longer I've been doing blacksmithing, by the time you're pounding, you walk it off. And because, like I said, the hammer's so light in your hands, it just naturally wants to bounce like that, which is a sign of a good anvil as well. You want that good rebound. The Harbor Freight one, so this is the Harbor Freight. I don't know how well y'all can hear that. This is 100% cast, and it is hardened on the top, but and I don't know a whole lot of the properties. I'm not going to get into all that, but it's the one thing I don't like about the Harbor Freight is it doesn't want to send that hammer back to you. This one, I mean, the hammer just pops right back to you, and it's less work on my arms, even though with this steel, I feel like I'm working pretty hard today. My arms are exhausted already in the first 10 minutes. So that's why there's kind of that tapping off to the side. That's the long answer. Just kind of a natural rhythm that you start developing as you're turning your steel over. Okay, so the next thing I gotta do is I need 2.5 inches for the next bend. So if I go, I'll use this as my mark here, about like so. Yeah, this is gonna be a little tricky here. So I can't hit that back. Which, you know what I could do? I could bend it in my vise. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna pop that back in. I'm gonna turn it so we can see my vise here. So there's my vise. So what I'm gonna do, grab a piece of steel. I'm gonna come over here. Oof, maybe this is gonna be just as tricky. Pop that in like so. And then we're just gonna do that. There we go. That's what we're looking for right there. Just bring that back. So I'll grab my hammer here. There we go. That's what we're looking for right there. That's the shape. That's one side. Let that one rest. Grab the other one, see if I can do that 2 times in a row here. Turn that camera back around so we can see what we're up to. All right, there we go. Get these matched as well as I can. Sweet. That's pretty good. Okay. So there we go. That's what we're looking for right there. We got 2 identical pieces. They're going to overlap, which I might need to walk that back later. We can do that. Now it's just a matter of drawing the reins out. We're going to have to make a section to put the boss in. So I got a lot of thinning out to do, a lot of work to do. But that was the big thing I want to accomplish today right there, is get the jaws done. Yeah, you can stick that right inside of the eye of a hammer or a tomahawk, whatever it is you're making. So I think I'll put these in. I'm going to draw these out a little bit. Let's see how we're doing on time. I can't see you. So we've been at it for an hour. Feels like 5. Arms are exhausted, but pop those in. You know, actually what I'll do too, since we're kind of on a roll, now that that's done, and I did 15 different things wrong, I do have got a piece of 3/8 round. We're gonna, and my little rivet tool. Get a little closer here. So here's my fancy schmancy rivet tool. So I think we'll pop that in. We'll make a rivet because we'll obviously need a rivet to tie these tongs together, these reins. Let's see. We'll get that popped into the fire. I'm going to use a different set of tongs for that. Let's see. Which is why I want to learn to make tongs. Every time I'm at the forge, I'll realize I don't have the set I need, so I got to make another set. So let that rivet heat up. I'm going to need a punch as well to get that out. So we'll use that. Let's see here. Yeah, should be good. All right, so what I'm gonna, I think what the furthest I'll go today is I got the jaws done. You can see my pretty drawn, I got the jaws done. I'm gonna draw out this neck a little bit more. The boss, it was where the rivet goes. I'd like to get past that part, and we'll see about maybe punching a hole. No, I don't want to do it today. I want to get the reins totally drawn, I think. So I'm going to draw out a lot more material. I'll make the rivet today. We'll probably call that a day. Got a couple other projects going on, and so, but that was already got a lot further than I thought I would. I didn't think it was going to go so when I started trying to draw out that 3/4 material. That's just a lot of work. Now I'm really motivated to to start working on a power hammer, or keep my eyes open to buy a power hammer, because that is work moving that much steel. So let's draw out. I'll kind of keep going back and forth still on both of the anvils, so you can hear the difference between the Budden and the Harbor Freight. So yeah, let's grab this. I was on the left. This is the Harbor Freight we're on right now. So let's start drawing some more material out here. yeah, so we're getting there. I want it to be a 1/4 inch thick and by a 1/2 inch. So that's looking pretty good. The boss is going to go right in here somewhere. Ooh, you know, another thing I could do today is I could put my touch set on, which is a J right now for Joko. Man, you know, I might just leave that. I think I'm going to keep that straightened out here, round some of the edges. Oh, stick to the Harbor Freight for this one. Sweet. So then what I think I'm going to do is grab my touch set. Just going to put a J. I'm going to put a J on here. That's all I have right now is just a J. So I'll get you right like so. That's fine, I guess. That's fine. You know, maybe for the fun of it, I'll just try and mark the other side too. Oh, goodness sakes. Someday we'll get a nice touch set here. I'm gonna hang you off the anvil a little bit more, I think. There we go. That's probably a little better. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. Awesome. All right, so that's all I wanted to do right there. I don't know if you can see that. I got the J. Oh, is it backwards in live? That's hilarious. Anyway, so yeah, that's kind of fun. I gotta find a company that makes nice touch sets, and I gotta get a design. I have no idea what I want to do for that, but get those kind of evened out here. Soften those corners up just a little bit. All right, so I'm going to call that a day on that one. That's all we're going to do. Put that off to the side. Let's get this one straightened away here. Over on the hay button. Actually, I'm going to grab that other set so I can see it a little closer here. Got to match them. You got to be pretty and match. Get you set there. try our touch mark on both sides. It's just before the bend. So let's go right there. That's bound to happen a time or two. Bring that back up and do the other side. Let's see. There we go, right about there. Perfect. There we go. Get you all straightened out. Awesome. Second set right there. So that's done. That's all we're gonna do for the hammer tongs today. So now we'll go ahead and finish up on our rivet, which I think I can shut that down. I'm gonna turn this off. Turn my gas off here. All right. Got a rivet in there. Got my rivet tool. Oh, here we go. Here. Okay, let's get everything staged how we want it. Pull our rivet out. Drop that in. Oop. Come on. Okay. Hang that over our pritchel hole here. Grab my punch. Knock this thing out. Perfect. Don't pick it up with your fingers. All right, look at that cute little thing. Oh, let me get that straightened out so you can kind of see here. Like I said, it's just a 3/8 rivet right there. And that's what's going to go through the set of tongs. You can buy those. I like Blacksmith Depot. That's where I got, let's see, not that set of tongs. Here we go. Blacksmith Depot, nice tongs. But I want to be a blacksmith. At least I want a blacksmith on the side. And which means I want to make mostly tools. My good friend is a knife smith. And he's doing a lot of the tool making as well. And I think there's kind of a difference, but there's crossover. And I'd love to be able to make my own tongs. That's why I've been making these videos. Let me put my glove back on here. We can grab our parts. Probably got to cool them down because they are hot. So as we're wrapping up here, let me just cool the handles down here. All right. There we go. I need to make, well, here, let me first just grab this stuff. Perfect. Toss that. I could even probably just cool that rivet down real quick as well. Okay, so as we're wrapping up here, the goal for me doing this is just to kind of learn. And the more I'm using the forge, the more I'm realizing what works, what doesn't work. kind of why I wanted to do the Harbor Freight versus the Hey Budden today. To be honest, I have had the Harbor Freight now for several months, and I just picked up the Hey Budden beginning of this year, and I've been using just the Harbor Freight as my camera stand. And it's just because I love the Hey Budden so much. The way it works, everything about it I love. But I think when I do these videos, I'm going to keep doing the verses, so you can kind of see the advantages of using a very inexpensive anvil. Like I said, the Harbor Freight is 65 pounds. It's about $140. So it's, you know, a couple bucks a pound, $2.5 a pound. That's super cheap, super cheap. Say what you will about Harbor Freight, it serves a purpose for a lot of things. A lot of things I wouldn't buy. I don't buy a whole lot of cutoff wheels and stuff from Harbor Freight. That's for, you know, for certain reasons. I like a good quality cutoff wheel. Certain other shows, like I buy all Milwaukee stuff. I like it's kind of like Canon or Nikon. I picked up a Canon first, so I shoot Canon. Milwaukee or DeWalt. I picked up Milwaukee first. That's what I use as Milwaukee. I'll just let y'all Ford or Chevy. You know, it's in the world. There's always this. What's better? I don't know. Whatever you like. There's lemons everywhere. And so I'll do more of the versus videos so you can kind of hear the difference, see the difference. I can already tell the Hey Budden. I love just the way it wants to send back the hammer. Like I'm not even got the two fingers here. It just wants to pop it right back. The Harbor Freight, it does. It has a good rebound, but like I said, it's like using a dead blow hammer. If any of you've used a dead blow hammer, it's got that shaky weight in there, and it just kind of wants to stop where it's at. Even though, like with the ball bearing, it has a lot of the same rebound, so it's kind of odd why it'd be that way. I'm not afraid so much to hit the steel when I'm using the Hey Budden. It's because it's so large. I love a large surface area. The Harbor Freight is a lot smaller, but the width is the same as the Hey Budden. They're both 4.5 inches. The nice thing about the Harbor Freight too, as same with my Hey Budden, is it's got the hardy hole and the Pritchell hole. Two different places on the Harbor Freight, but here mine are both on the tail end. I use like today I was hoping to make hooks, and so I had only, for the eyelet of the hook, I would probably only use the edge of the Harbor Freight. I rounded the edges on it because they are sharp when you get it. So I rounded those off, got a nice radius on it now, but it's so nice and sharp, it makes a very clean edge when you're making hooks. And when you're kind of, depending on how sharp you want the curl at the end of the hook or the, you know, the scroll or whatever it is, the Harbor Freight works awesome. Now, if you have a new anvil, or a very nice new anvil or newish where it's all surface stuff, you're going to have nice corners as well. This Hey Budden is, when I look at the serial date, I want to say it's early 1900s, like 1918, I think is when this one was possibly manufactured. So either way, it's over 100 years old. They stopped making, they were in what, the late 1800s to like 1932 or something like that. So I mean, either way, the thing's like 100 years old. It stood the test of time. I'll do a longer video sometime about the history of this anvil in my wife's family. It was my wife's grandfather's, as I've mentioned a few times before, and so it's I was able to acquire it, and it's going to stay in the family now and be used, and we'll never sell it. But then again, to get an anvil like this, they go for roughly $6 to $10 a pound. So you're spending money to get a very quality anvil, and when you use both, you'll tell the difference. But hey, if you just want to get started, Harbor Freight, man, all the way. So where did we get today? We got working on hammer tongs. That's as far as I really want. Actually, I got further than I really thought I would. It's the first time making these. They're for picking up hammerheads, like just through the eyelets. I'm probably saying a lot of that stuff wrong, but that's okay. These will go together, so you can open those up and get inside of the eye. So the only thing I have to do now, I got all the thickness here where I want it. I need to draw the reins out. To the thickness I need, get them all rounded off. The end I'm going to do what's called upsetting the steel. That's hot. I touched it again. I got to upset the steel, so I got to thicken it up to make kind of a bulb on the end. So when you're holding on to those, the palm of your hand will kind of rest, so you know where you're at on the reins. And it's kind of a nice feature too. Not a lot of most tongs you buy don't have that. The more spendy, customized ones you have, they have those nice features that make it really nice. And I'd like to do that. These are gonna. I don't have a use for these. They're gonna go to my buddy. He might hate them because I don't. He's in California. I'm in Minnesota, so I'm just gonna send it to him and say, hey, let me know what you love about them. Let me know what you hate about them, and I'll have all the measurements down. So if he's like, hey, I need this part longer, this part shorter. I want the reins longer. It's just too heavy. It's too light. But that's what I want to know. I want to find these guys that are masters of their craft and find out what will suit their needs. Because some of these guys have been doing this forever. They know what they like and what they don't like. Sometimes things get so heavily manufactured that they're not made for everyone. It's nice to have your own custom set of tongs and custom set of tools that fit just you and your hands, and your style and what you have set up. So yeah, that's next time we're going to put that boss in. Hope it goes this way. We'll put the boss in. We'll connect these two. Have the reins drawn out. We'll connect them. We'll get them working, and that'll be my first set of hammer tongs. That was fun. Yeah, I'll just take a peek here at see if we got anything in the comments section. Sorry, I don't. Where are you? Yep, I am in Minnesota. Blacksmith? Not yet. No, definitely not a blacksmith yet. Hey, my father-in-law, peace. Let's see. Are you welding? Boy, I do weld. I mostly weld. Everyone's asking what it is. Hey, good rhythm. Hey, thank you. People are invested. Awesome. Yeah, that's all we're trying to do. This is just something I like. It's fun seeing and peeking in other people's worlds, see what they're making. I hope you all get out there and make something today. I was at a good friend's house last night. His wife, huge into crafting. She knits, she crochets, she makes blankets. I'm like, that's awesome. Like it's so fascinating to see how people's minds work. When we're at church every Sunday, it's fun seeing all the gals in the rows of their they're knitting something. It's a lot of fun. And so it's fun to be able to like blacksmithing. I'm kind of confined to my shop, but it's fun to be able to have a craft that you can take just about anywhere. So it's fun and exciting to see how people's mind works. What do they like to make? Why are they making it? Who are they making it for? That's kind of fun. That's the reason why I'm mostly doing blacksmithing as well. Is I have a full-time job, but I'm going to mostly be making lots of hooks. My wife's huge into plants, and so a lot of hanging hooks for the plants. I made a coat rack for our shop, super fun. Made the whole, the backboard, made all the hooks for it, the heavy rebar, stuff like that. Gifts for Christmas, gifts for birthdays. It's fun when you can get good at something and you can gift it away to someone else, and so that's really fun. Unfortunately, we're able to do that. I got plenty of runoff steel here that's just going to go to waste otherwise. So, all right, well, hey, I'm going to sign off. Thanks for joining us today. Yeah, get out there and make something. Have a good day, everyone. Bye.